Looks like we got it.
What are we gonna do, bud? What are we gonna do, Russ? Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to True Crime Loser. Shout out to my people in Minnesota. It's cold there too. We didn't even mention it. So, Minnesota, this one's for you. How's it going, everybody? Happy Friday. It's a weird feeling kind of being pretty much done with the Chris Watts case. I feel like a person that just retired. Now I don't know what to do with myself, and my wife is like, just go play golf. And I'm like, I don't want to go play golf. But I'm doing okay. Thanks. Doing okay. All right. So today, I don't know how smart it is to just get into a whole new case on a Friday, but I thought I'd try. See how it went. And yeah, I think Russell Williams is just the next step. I want to do Russell Williams and the loud music killer guy, whatever, I forgot his name, and I want to do Dustin Freetridge, I want to do Stephen McDaniels, and Holtzclaw. I want to just do a bunch of interrogation analysis with all of the real popular ones on YouTube. And so I figured Russell Williams is next. I think it's the best interrogation on YouTube. It's just a masterpiece for a lot of different reasons. And so yeah, let's get into it. I'm gonna just summarize very quickly who Russell Wilson is and how he ended up in the interrogation chair. But if you haven't heard much about it, there's a bunch of good documentaries. The Fifth Estate did a documentary. You can learn all about it. But anyway, so Russell Williams. Whew, what a scary ass man. Russell Williams is a Canadian guy who was a very high up respected pilot in their military. He flew cargo planes with material into war, and he flew all their top politics around. And there's a base in Ontario, and I think he ran that whole base. So very respected and very high up in the military. And the military hierarchy is an interesting thing. And people that are very high up in the military and have been high up for a number of years have this confidence because they're important, and these are the people below you, and they have to treat you like this, and here's the people above you, and and it's very structured. And I actually did stand-up for our troops on an aircraft carrier like 2 weeks ago. So I got on the aircraft carrier in Hawaii, and it was called a Tiger Cruise. So this aircraft carrier with 5,000 soldiers on it had been deployed, essentially just at war, parked in the South China Sea and over by the Middle East for 9 months. So they had just been working 9 months, this city on the water, giant aircraft carrier. And then as the 9 months end, they pull into Hawaii, and it's called the Tiger Cruise. And what it is pull into Hawaii, and they allow everybody, it's the last week of everyone's deployment, but they don't want to just let people that have been at war for 9 months just right back into society, because it's a big, it's a big jump. It's like they've almost been institutionalized on this boat. And so what they do is they pull into Hawaii, they let everybody's friends and family get on, and then for a week they go from Hawaii all the way to San Diego, and everybody's family's on, so the families follow their friend or their kid or whoever it is. They follow them around for a week, kind of shadow them. They get to see what they've been doing on the ship. And then there's also entertainment. So there was a band one night, and I did comedy one night, and they did whole ship-wide bingo one night. But it was interesting because I just really learned about the hierarchy of the military. Of it's like, you know, the people that are high up, they really get built up, and they can really just kind of talk down to anyone under them, and they get really used to being respected. And the higher up they are, kind of the more like, I'm very important. Look at me. Like that person had to salute me, and I must be important. You know, it's impossible not for it to go to your head if all these people have to be like, sir, you know, and as a military, you need the people to be confident, and they build them up on purpose so they can make the hard decision. But anyway, my point is Russell is very confident, and he's used to being a very important person and a very respected person. And as the interrogation gets going, as the pressure turns up, his little status as Colonel Boy Russell Williams, isn't helping him and is being 100% ignored. You can see that he's not used to that and that it's not a comfortable situation. So anyway, Russell Williams, highly respected, powerful pilot in Ontario. And him and his wife, he loves very much, had just finished building their dream house. This big, modern, like tall, cool-looking modern house. And it comes out that they had been building it for a year. So they have a house in Ontario, and then they have a little cottage. I think it's maybe a Canadian viewer can help me out, but I think it's like an hour or a half hour away from that house. They had a little cottage in Tweed, a little town called Tweed, and a lot of the times, I don't know if it's because of how Russell worked, the weird hours of being a pilot, or if he just liked to be alone to do his weird stuff, but a lot of nights I think that Russell would end up sleeping in Tweed, like at a little cottage, with his wife in Ontario. I don't know how many nights they actually spent together, but there was a lot of nights that either after work Russell would go to their place in Tweed, or, you know, and just, I guess my point is just he would be somewhere. He had a house that his wife wasn't in. He had an opportunity to be alone a lot of the times, which you're a freaky ass underwear weirdo murderer, that I guess is convenient for you. Okay, so Russell Williams, his college friends said that he really liked to pull pranks where he would kind of sneak into a house, sneak into your room, and he would hide in the closet. He was really good at hide from you a lot of the time. So he definitely had an inclination to kind of prowl around. And I think that, I don't know for sure, but I think that's probably what his first criminal activity would look like. He really liked to just sort of be a night prowler. Put a mask on, hop into backyards, and go into houses that didn't have anyone home, and snoop around. He just was a scary monster, basically. He's as close to a horror movie killer as I think that I've seen. And then, I don't know if he was always kind of an underwear weirdo, but then he started his underwear phase. Like 30 or 40 houses in that area before they breaking, having women's underwear, women's dresses, and women's bikinis, and all of that kind of stuff. Missing like 50 or 40 houses or something crazy all around his little cottage in Tweed. And they show, one of the documentaries, they show like that neighborhood and light up every house that's had their underwear stolen. And it's just every house in that area except Russell's college is like, hey, our underwear is gone. So that's kind of the first. And then I think it's one of those people that, I don't know if he was abused as a kid or he's abused by his mom. There's one point in the interrogation where Detective Jim Smith is calling him Russell, and Russell goes, call me Russ. And to me, that kind of sounds like maybe he had I think that the people that, like Bundy and maybe Russell Williams, it seems like they were either abused by their mom or something. It's like she would say, Russell, get over here, or something, and now he just can't even, call me Russ. And he does such horrible stuff to women, and just where he needs to dominate the situation. And I don't know, that's got to come from some sort of abuse, or maybe his head is broken or something. But okay, so anyway, he has a compulsion to steal women's underwear, and then he kind of ups the ante from there. And what he likes to do is he puts on the underwear and dresses and stuff, and he takes pictures of himself. Just unreal. And then so all the underwear stuff is happening, and then 2 really horrible sexual assaults go down where women are in their apartment or in their houses, and a man comes in and either wakes them up by hitting them or just overpowering them, and then he ties them up, makes them put on underwear, he puts on their underwear, takes a bunch of pictures of them, takes pictures of himself, and then leaves. Doesn't kill him. All right, so those 2 cases pop up, and I'm pretty sure those are both in Tweed. And then he ups the ante more and basically does that same type of thing where he goes into a woman's house, subdues her by either hitting her with a flashlight. He carries around, he's just a scary monster. He carries around one of those huge metal red flashlights that he uses to hit, and it's just terrifying. And so he does the same type of thing where he goes in, sexually assaults, does weird stuff with underwear, and then murders the next 2. So, bunch of weird underwear stuff, 2 really bad sexual assaults where he let the woman live, and then 2 where he killed them. And then one of them, she was in Ontario, and so he went into her house in Ontario, assaulted her, and then brought her to Tweed, to his place in Tweed. What a nightmare. Assaulted her there, and then killed her there. And so the cops don't even really know at the beginning, are these 2 sexual assaults, these 2 murders, are they all connected, and they're trying to figure out this whole mess. And what's mind-blowing is Russell Williams is a very smart and very logical guy, but he really doesn't do much to try to cover his tracks. I mean, he leaves DNA, he leaves tire tracks, he leaves foot marks. So to me, I think that he probably hated that he did this, and he would tell himself he's never going to do it again, and then he would start to get a craving, and then he would start to get a really bad craving, and then he would say, okay, I'm going to put my mask on and just go out and maybe steal a little underwear. But, he had to keep the high that he got from dominating a situation. I don't think that he could live without, even though he knew that probably not going to be a good long game. But so anyway, the cops are starting to get their stuff together as the four people, or as they figure out these 4 cases are all together, right? The last the last victim, the one where he started in Ontario, assaulted her there, and then ended up bringing her to Tweed and assaulting her there and then killing her. He kind of pulled in her property.
Make your browser fast. Make your browser safe. Make your browser Chrome.
In a field and drove along, I think, the tree line kind of, and then parked. And it was a weird place and he left his car there while he assaulted her, and then they got in the car and went to Tweed. But it was a weird place to leave a car, and a few people noticed that it's weird that there was a car there. And so as the news came out that this woman was missing, a couple people remembered, hey, I saw a weird car in the field. So a couple people, I think one guy or a couple, like one guy, maybe another cop or something, called in and said, I saw this SUV sitting in this field of the woman that disappeared that you guys can't find. Maybe check it out. So the Canadian police went out there, and luckily it hadn't snowed. And it was like perfect tire tracks, and perfect boot prints from the tire tracks up to the door. And so they got the tires. They think they got the tires. And so they set up roadblocks. And as they set up roadblocks and they start looking at cars, they're not seeing anything. And then old Russell Williams, old respected pilot boy, old Russ, drives through thinking he's all good, thinking he's above suspicion, thinking there's no way anyone would ever think that he would do it. He flew the prime minister, or whatever they call it in Canada. And he pulls in, they check his tires. Holy shit, these are the same ones, but they don't make a big fuss about it. Send him on his way. From that moment forward, he has a police following him everywhere he goes. And then I think either that Sunday or maybe they wait a week or something, but that Sunday they call him down and to ask him if he can come down to the police station and answer a couple questions. He tells his wife, they're sitting in a new house. It took a year to build, his wife's dream house. He says to his wife, I'll be home for dinner, they just want to talk to me. I think that there's a theory that he thought they were going to ask about his neighbor in Tweed. His neighbor in Tweed had been a prime suspect, and he's kind of this hunter guy that always went shooting and wore a chain. I think they were like, this is the guy. And so he told his wife, I'll be home for dinner. And he leaves to go talk to the police. And he sits down. And here we go. This interrogation is very interesting for a couple reasons. Interrogators, I would say Jim Smith, I don't know for sure, but I would say most people that are being questioned for murder are kind of like drugged out or, you know, kind of on the bottom of the barrel. Interrogators aren't used to talking to respected military. You know, this is a very strange case, so you can tell that Jim Smith kind of prepared himself to not be thrown off, to not treat this guy any different, to not be intimidated, and it just makes the whole thing very interesting. Okay, so Russ comes in very much playing the card of I am a highly respected military official, just here to help, just here, that's what I do. And just like how I talked about how in the Chris Watts case, they knew he had to pretend that he's a concerned dad. They know in this case that an innocent man, it's a highly respected military, isn't just going to go, I'm not helping with this. He very much is playing the, Jim says, hey, we're bringing a bunch of people in, we're talking to them, we're really trying to solve this case, all these women are getting. And Russ is playing the card of, oh good, I'm glad you guys are doing your thing. I'm glad that you're trying to find this guy. And he's very Russ seems very relaxed. He seems like his legs are out and crossed and his arms are down, and he seems very okay with this situation. I think that he thinks that he can just sort of talk his way out. But what he doesn't know is the guy sitting across from him, Jim Smith, is an absolute just murderer as far as an interrogation. He is it's like when a snake or something suffocates its prey, and they slithers around him, and then it just slowly, and the more you fight, just the worse it gets, and just over the next hour or whatever it is, Jim just slowly, calmly, meticulously lays out the evidence until Russ is just a beaten, scared little undercover weirdo. And it's beautiful to see, but that's not for a little bit, and a lot happens quickly. Alright, so they're making small talk, and Jim says, "You ever been in a police interrogation room like this?" And Russ goes, "No, I never have. I've never been in it." And then Russ does his first attempt at kind of bringing his status to the situation. He said, "Closest I've been to a room like this is when I can't hear the word. He said either when I asked for top secret clearance or when I was given top secret clearance." And that is saying, that's his way of nicely saying to this interrogator, "Listen, little cop boy, I know you're a cop. I know you're maybe even an important cop, but I am way above you. So government can respect." Kind of throwing his little military weight, and that's what I saw on the aircraft carrier a little bit. Like the very last day when we're pulling into San Diego, we had a bunch of trash in our room that had accumulated over the week on the aircraft carrier, and you got to clean out your room, and you got to hand in your full blankets and the mattress, or and all that stuff, and there's a bunch of trash, and they were telling everyone where to put trash to get everyone off those boats. The 5,000 people after being on there, it is a process. And so I got this bag of trash, and I'm following kind of my chaperone for the weekend, and he's a very high up pilot too. And we're going, and we get to this dumpster, a place to put trash, and some very low person was like, "Oh, actually, you guys can't put your trash here." And the pilot that I was with was high up was like, "We're putting it here. Sorry." And you could tell that English was like the alright. Can't really say much, but this is his first time to kind of throw his military weight around. Like, I've been in a room like this when I asked for top secret, but Jim Smith's reaction amazing. He goes, "Yeah? Well, anyway, Russ, the reason we're here," and he just totally dismisses it. And on the Fifth Estate document, they bring up that you never want to call him little Russ. And then he goes, "Okay, Russ, really the reason we're here," and he's still kind of treating him like, "We're talking to a lot of people. I just want to get past you." And really so he goes, "Yeah? Well, anyway, Russ, here's what we're here for." And Jim Smith is a true investigator in the sense of, I don't think he's going to pull any tricks of like where he pretends to have footage that he doesn't. You know how some interrogators are like, "We got the tape. We got the tape of you, and soon as that comes out, what are you going to say?" Even though they don't have the tape and the person confesses. I don't think Jim needs to do that. Jim is just the silent killer, and he kind of, before Russ even knows what's going on, he starts just in detail going over the 4 charges or the 4 crimes that they're talking about. So Russ is thinking that, hey, we're just doing small talk, we're going to get into this, and boom, all of a sudden, Russell Williams is just reading in detail all of these crimes. So all of a sudden, Russ is just kind of thrust quickly into acting for the first time. So all of a sudden, in his head, he has to decide what he's going to pretend to know and what he's going to pretend that he has never heard of yet. He's going to have to pretend, that he hasn't heard of this, and he knows this, and he's going to have to kind of get his story quickly. It's an interesting strategy that Jim Smith did that I had never really seen before, where it was like, oh, hey, small talk. All right, small talk's over. Here's the crimes. I want to see how you react to them. And so he's going through, and Russell's going, oh, yeah, I didn't hear about that until maybe on the news. And Jim Smith's going, okay, where were you when you heard that? Were you in the news? Or where, how did you feel when you saw that? And had you heard that? And it's just very quickly, Russell has to get his story down and quick. And it's an interesting way to do it. The slowness and the details of how he lays out each of the crimes. It's like he's forcing him, Russell, to react to it and to see how he reacts.
Grammarly now uses AI to help you write, not just revise. Type a prompt.
And and then they kind of get into the, okay, we got to do this for everybody, but I'm going to read you your rights. And at this point, you can tell Russell, I don't know if I'm going to be home for dinner, but I still don't think that he thinks this is going down today. I think that he thinks that they're still going to respect him as a pilot and not push too hard. And they tell him, in Canada, I guess, that you have the right to attorney, but you just go, if you do want to talk to an attorney, they just bring you to a room and you can call an attorney and talk to him, and then you can just go back into the interrogation room. I kind of like that, but so that he says, if you want to talk to an attorney, we have this room, you can go talk to him. And then he does something really interesting. He goes, is there any reason you would want to talk to an attorney? And this is just challenging Russ. It's like, are you going to pretend? Are you going to keep pretending that you're just this innocent, respected pilot? Or are you going to ditch that now and you want to talk to an attorney? And Russ, just like old Chrissy Poo, Chris Watts, he's because of who he is pretending to be, he has to pretend to help. He has to play the game, or it would just throw a wrench into everything. So he goes, no, I don't need a lawyer. And then Jim Smith goes, do you have a lawyer? And he goes, I have a real estate lawyer. Just being like, why would I need a lawyer? I'm a pillar of the community. Yeah, so, he just brushes it off. He's laughing. Being like, I'm on your side. We're all in the government here. And so far, Detective Jim Smith has done a real good job not calling him Colonel, not entertaining that he has top secret clearance or whatever. And it's a really slick, Jim Smith does a really slick way. He has a really slick kind of strategy to just get Russell feeling like, you're in my world now. This isn't where you get to boss around with people a lot lower than you. And by about 5 minutes and 50 seconds, that's all we are at this point. I think that Russ realizes they're not really talking about my neighbor. And his body language doesn't go into full-on arms crossed, hugging himself for dear life yet. That's about 10 more minutes. But you can tell he starts chewing the shit out of his gum. He's got this gum, and this poor gum is just taking all of the energy. And this is probably where I'll end this one. It's getting long. And then Russell Williams does, because two of the people are very close to, their houses are very close to where Russell Williams lives in Tweed. And one of the victims worked at the base. She was I think she was a pilot. And then one of the victims was by his place in Ontario. So what Jim says is, instead of laying all that out, it's like, hey, the reason you're in here is 2 of the people live by your place in Tweed. One of them kind of basically works with you, and one of them is by your place in Ontario. That's why we suspect you, and that's why we brought you in. Does that make sense? But what he does is, instead of saying that, he says, the reason we brought you in, Russ, is you have a connection to all 4 of these cases. Wouldn't you agree? And Russ is sitting there just doing, in his head, he's like, breaking into the house, murdering 2 of them, trying on their underwear. And he's sitting there like, yeah, I guess I do have a connection, like, in the sense that I drive, like, geographically, I drive by, but it's just a really good way to do it, of like, I mean, you got a connection. Wouldn't you agree? You know, what are we gonna do, Russ? And he just, from there, he just keeps putting the squeeze on him. And it's not the squeeze of, like, bad cop, like, come on, Russ. You know you did it. I know you did it. You know, all he does is he just keeps presenting the evidence to Russ. Russ, here's this. How do you know? And he, you know, with the strategy of, I'm only following the evidence, and the evidence is pointing at you, so how do I move past you? And it just starts to get heated. I guess not really heated, just intense. And he just breaks him down. A man that has been built up by the military to not be broken down, he just slowly breaks him down. And it's a beautiful process. But this one is getting long, so this will be part 1. People, I hope you're staying warm out there. I hope that everyone is okay with the Chris Watts case being almost done, you know? I was thinking I might do a video on dissecting the lyric to Battery by Metallica, the song we listened to, something like that. But anyway, it's a weird time. I've been doing that for 2 weeks straight, so it feels good, though, I think, to get another case. I do want to do the Fire Festival, but I kind of started working on it last night. That's going to be a little bit down the road. I don't want to rush into it. All I did was watch it. So it's not like I have too much to say about it. But anyway, much love, everyone. Thanks to everybody that participates and subscribes and supports the channel. I love you. True Crime Loser out. Woo.
Looking for tax help? Now there are TurboTax experts right in your neighborhood.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to True Crime Loser. How you doing? That's good. Hope you had a good weekend. We're back analyzing Russell Williams' interrogation. I kind of rushed into it on Friday. I've been doing Chris Watts for 2 weeks, and then it was Friday, and I was thinking a good start. Clean underwear weirdo today, or I could just wait and do it Monday. And I got a lot of things wrong, so sorry about that. Thanks for everyone that corrected me, but I'm glad I did, because I kind of just got into it. Now I've been thinking about it all weekend. And all weekend I was just thinking just about old Russ, the King Underwear weirdo. And I just wish I could talk to him and be like, Russ, you like underwear way too much. I don't know what to tell you. I don't want to beat around the bush. You love underwear way too much, right? When you're breaking into other people's houses to steal their underwear, it's bad. Okay? That's not your underwear, Rusty. That's their underwear. Okay? Breaking into people's houses is one of the stupidest, most dangerous things that you can do. It's only a matter of time before someone's home that you didn't know was home, in the corner and they shoot you dead. Or they stab you with scissors or just something horrific. And imagine you're a house prowler, that's what you do. And you go in, you think you're alone, and you hear that gunshot, and you land on the hallway floor bleeding out, and you have to think to yourself, this was all just to get some underwear? How big of an underwear freak weirdo can you be, Russ? He could have gone to the Canadian version of Walmart with $200 and bought in a suitcase full of women's underwear and dresses and stuff, and just gone to a hotel with a camera and a fistful of memory cards and just had a ball. It's your underwear. You can do whatever you want, Russ.
Actually,
Everyone
no,
would have said, it's a little
you can
weird,
choose
Russ, but have fun.
different things, you know.
Wasn't enough for Russ. He had to torture, too. But anyway, that's what I was thinking about all weekend. And two, taking a fair amount of criticism on the first one that I'm being way too...
Let's just get rid of that. Just do it normal. Just do normal difficulty. Alright, before we go. Let's get... play some GTA actually, deadass. Let's play some GTA and shit. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to do that. Sorry, babe. That's funny. Didn't mean to do that. Alright. Free mode, let's go. Whoops. Let's keep going.
What weird experience are you talking?
Shit, someone's talking. Oh shit.
Ask the question.
Gotta pay money to get my car. Let's go get it then. First of all, let me change my outfit.
Got a question. Would you consider? Honest question. Because some people were asking me that, and I said no.
Nah.
That I can never. I don't Continue. Teleport. Pom pom for you again.
Alright, let's go. Bet. Nah, she fucked the glasses. Alright, we should take that, get that tattoo off. That looks stupid. Yeah, we're broke as fuck.
You just hear the horse trot.
fucking car at? I had to do that, bro. I had to do that. Shit.
Hey, what's going on? Okay, my friend, I'll take care of the LSPD. Leave it to me.
What's wrong, Bubba? Just relax, baby. You're still injured. Anyways, your foothills, you know? Let me steal his car. This is nice, bro. This is nice, bro. You like that? You like that? Bitch. Motherfucker. You kicked me from your car? Kicked me from your car? Are you shooting me? Too many cheaters, bro. Fuck did that group thing spawn in from? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, race. Bro, that's so fucking gay. Like, what? Who the fuck isn't racing right now in JCA online on the fucking computer, bro? Oh my god, that's so stupid.
Traemos nuestra música, nuestro sabor y nuestra alma a Los Santos, una ciudad que vendió la suya.
That shit's crazy. Alright then, whatever. Let's go do the mission then. Fuck it. Okay, well. Yeah, my feet stink, bro.
I can never
How can I help? Call me back when you figured out how that brain of yours works.
Ooh, a beast. Imagine if I become the beast. Imagine if I become the beast. Imagine if I become the beast. Whoa, how did they not see me? What the fuck? Whoa. Oh shit.
Oh, Charlie's hit!
Oh damn. Aimbot. Ah. Motorcycle, bike. I'm the beast. Oh, hey. I bet so much shitty I'm gonna get fucking killed anyway. This is how much I've been killed again. Oh, wow. Sick. Do I get guns? Fucker. Motherfucker. Can you not jump super far or something? Perfect fucking bike. Watch out. Smokey wants to go outside. Smokey wants to go outside so bad, but he's injured. So am I actually invisible right now? Or? I thought you could jump super high. Get on the fucking bike. Smokey, shut up. You're fine, dude. Smokey! What's up, dude? Oh my god! Are you retarded? Look at my damn car, actually. Look at my motherfucking car. Actually, no. Smokey! Stay down. Cause I don't want him to like fucking fall or whatever. I'm gonna die, like, if I can get all my guarantees. I'm gonna achieve something. Fuck you! Bitches. Fuck you. Oh my god! Maybe we should just go straight to this one. Let's go get this one, for fuck's sakes. That was sick. Right? Someone's about to fuck me up, my bad. Damn it. Yeah. Oh my god, there's a fucking jaguar. Whoa, what is that? Stay in the fucking thing. Shit! Here comes somebody.
What the fuck, dude?
No. No, no, no. You ain't doing shit. No. No, you don't. No, you don't, dumb bitch. You motherfucker. Started cheating. dumb motherfucker. You stupid motherfucker. Bitch. I am not. No, I'm not even gonna try it. I'm not even gonna test it. No. Are you fucking kidding me? Should be off the radar. So. No, I don't make it. Yes! So cool. Oh wow, not bad, not bad. Not bad at all. Oh shit. Let's get cash. Grab some cash, let's go.
Hey, that's a ball. What fuel you got?
Oh my god, I love this car!
Hello, this is Pegasus Lifestyle Management. We haven't heard from you for a while. We are still the #1 source of luxury and specialty transportation needs in Los Santos. We hope to keep your business. Goodbye.
Really? Is there even really like a setting thing like?
Every call today has been a waste of time. Damn, whatever.
I hear it. Oh.
I could really do with a 5K run today. Damn.
Damn. Gives you a lot. Or he anyway. change our appearance? Can't afford it. I'm glad I did it all that before that happened. What the fuck? There's some crazy ass cheats, dude. Like for real, what the fuck? What a shit show that was, what the fuck? Where's Solomon's thing? Okay.
The place invented the theme park. We
Mm-hmm. Oh.
MMI, we expect the unexpected. I'll do my best.
What you need, boss? Some wheels?
Sorry.
I can bring them around. I'll get there as soon as I can. All right, I'll get back to work.
I'm going to miss the Gallery Redemption exhibition. Again.
My son. But which are you? Isn't
It's a lot of things, Cheryl, I see coming, but that one I did not see coming. I don't know if any amount of meditating and flowing roll by Koi Pond is gonna save me now. Ah! Not gonna cry. I'm falling apart, Cheryl, over here. I'm falling apart. That man took my heart, Cheryl. He took my heart, made it into a heart snowball, and threw it in my face.
This has been Chakra Attack with Dr. Ray D'Angelo Harris.
Cheryl, hold me!
Thank you guys for making us fast.
They always try so hard. It's like, bro, chill out, bro. So weird, dude. There we go.
Manhead.
He's also got probably the heavy sniper, which is a one-shot kill. So it's just like, relax, dude. What the fuck? Where's he at? Where you at, bro? Where you at, bro? Look at you. Look at you, bro. Look at you. Yeah, see, he's just using the one-shot sniper. See, how do I get a fucking sniper like that? Give me that sniper, bro, and I'll fuck you up. And you know that. That's what's so weird about that. Yeah, how do I even get that sniper? That sniper now. Like, what sniper even is that? Like 90, damn. This thing does more damage, okay. Oh my god.
Bro, and whoever's doing this, bro, you're so hilarious, bro. You're actually so funny. Bro, you're hilarious.
That guy is weird. That guy is so weird.